What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Before we get into how the weekend went, how yesterday went, let's go ahead and announce the giveaway winner as always. All right, so it's going to be Lloyd Barnes. You are the giveaway winner today, so congratulations, my man. Go ahead and text me and I'll get you a free week of the VIP. He said I'm tailing, so I appreciate that. And if you want to get entered in today's giveaway, all you have to do is like and comment on this video if you have not done so. So just like and comment on the video, and I'll obviously be giving away another week of VIP free in tomorrow's video when I do upload that, okay? So Lloyd, go ahead and text me. And yeah, getting into the weekend, man, it was a lot of ups and downs, right? We have Friday. This is going back 2 days ago now, and we almost hit 3 4-mans in a row, right? We go 2 4-mans. We hit, we go up like 15, 16 units. Great day right there, obviously. This right here was what I showed on Saturday. Had some close misses, but man, the name of the game this weekend was opposite correlation. We had so much opposite correlation. So many games where they should have been even matchups, and these teams are just getting swept left and right. This game right here in the middle, SR versus 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves was favored in this game and favored pretty heavily to win the series. They end up getting swept. Okay, so it's not like they won, they lost a game, they lost 2 games. They get swept all 3 maps in a row, they lose here. And then BLG, TES. BLG is probably the second best team in this league. TES is like the third, if not the fourth. TS ends up getting swept too. So what's happening is the playoffs are starting to come up, and it seems like some of these teams are taking the playoffs a lot more serious than others. So again, I'm having a watchful eye, but as you guys know, if you don't know, what we do here is correlation, and that pretty much means that I'm taking plays together that make sense together. So if one team wins the game, like for example, in let's just take this top play up here. So if BLG wins the game, they're going to get a lot more kills. If TES wins the game, they're going to get a lot more kills, right? And these two teams are facing each other, right? So one team is going to win, one team's going to lose. TS ends up losing the game, so this guy gets no kills at all, and this guy, these two guys get a ton of kills because they actually won all 3 games. Now, if you look over here, I have a setup right now, and I took the opposite of this, right? I took BLG actually winning the game, or this BLG player to go over, and then these TES guys to go under, and this actually did hit, right? Because again, BLG won all of their games, so they're going to go over when they win, they're going to go under when they lose. So hopefully that makes sense. Same thing kind of with Counter-Strike here is I take it based off of game length, kind of less important, but you want to take things that are correlated together. That's the strategy that we use, and sometimes things are going to go red, sometimes things are going to go green, okay? I have days where a lot of things match up perfectly together. Everything goes green because we made the right calls. Really, the thing that happened is there's just so many sweeps. And if you look at some of these sportsbooks odds, Shopify Rebellion to sweep 100 Thieves was like plus 2,000 odds or something crazy like that. Like, it was super unlikely to happen. If you ever bet on that, you would make like $100 off of $1 or something like that. But it does happen, right? It is still esports. It's still sports at the end of the day. So stuff like this happens. What's important is you got to look at it over the course of a long period of time, that these correlated plays, they're going to pair up together green just as much as they pair up red, right? So you want to take plays that make sense together as always. I will say I did talk about the setup. It's not looking good, I'll be honest. We have KC versus Fnatic, which was super even odds, right? It was like minus 120, minus 110, super even game it should have been. And KC has already won both games in a row, and they actually look like they might even win that 3rd game and sweep this series. And I took the unders, of course, and it's looking like these guys are going over. So again, unfortunate, another potential sweep right there in a game that's very close. I will say probably the one thing that did go correctly was Karl-Anthony Towns. I took his over on this discount. This is actually the play that I sent out on Saturday morning, and I took his over, and I took Kesey to go under. He did bump to 12.5, but I said I liked it at 12.5, and he only gets 7 kills right here. So we do actually hit this one here. There are also these little hot dog discounts. So if you guys didn't get the cat discount, maybe you got the hot dog discount and got that in. This right here was also so close, man. Flanked needed 2 more assists in the last game he was played in map 3. He needed 2 assists. He ends up getting 1 assist, and the game before that, he got like 7 or 8 assists. So yeah, very close stuff here. This was another hot dog here where we actually just push. So we could have easily cashed all 3 of these, but that's how it rolls sometimes, guys. Some weeks, some days even. You go back to Friday, it's like you're on top of the world. You hit so many 4-mans. Ended May super strong, and yeah, June, we're only 2 days in. Actually, technically, we're only 1 day in, but will be good. I will say I'm updating the graph right now. I'm making sure that everything, pretty much my problem is I need to make sure how things look in May versus how things look in June. Okay, so I will have the graph and everything updated by tomorrow, but still working on that now. As you guys saw the other day, I am coming back from a wedding and stuff, so still kind of updating stuff like that. And if you guys want to get into the VIP for 2 months free, all you have to do is text me the word profit to my number right here on the screen. Again, in May we went up around, I would say probably like 40 units is what it's looking like right now, and on average we go up about 40 to 60 units every single month, and we're getting to that time where it's starting to get excited for something like a football season or something like that, because it happens faster than you guys think, right? By early August, that's when preseason starts. That's when some of these college football games start, and you can start actually betting on some of these games and finding value on there. So if you guys want 2 free months of the VIP, you guys can download ProfitX with my code. All you have to do is text me the word profit right here to my number, and I'll get you guys set up with that. So let's get into the actual play of the day here. We have a WNBA play, which there's actually no WNBA today. It's tomorrow, which I didn't find out till I was looking at these actual entries. And then we do have a League of Legends play, okay? So League of Legends play is going to be Breathe plus Tath or Tayen and then plus Zyhoon, I believe is how you say their names, okay? So I just put B plus T plus X, okay? Take them under 26. I like this all the way down. I'm going to say down to 24.5, maybe even 24, okay? The reason why is I just talked about teams when they win, they get a lot of kills. When they lose, they do not get many kills. Now, WBG is not favored in this game, okay? They should lose to AL, which is anyone's legend. And so far in 2025, they are 0-4 versus this team. All the games that they played versus them were low scoring games, meaning that they would get like maybe the one team would get like 15 kills, and then WBG would get like 5 or 6 kills spread across their entire team. Okay, so even if this does end up being a winning game, they play very slow, methodical games. These two teams. Okay, so there should be not that many kills in general. And also WBG on top of that should not win this game or win many games because they are 0-4 so far in 2025, okay? So again, we pick League of Legends majority based off of if the team's going to win or not. Do we think the team's going to win? Do we think the team's going to lose? And then we can pick the line based off of, is the line too high? Is the line too low, right? There's a certain number where if this line gets to like, let's just say in the teens or something like that, then maybe we're looking for the overs because at that point it's just way too low. But at 26, 25, 24, we're taking this under all day, okay? And then we are going to go Kiki Aerofin, I believe they say her name. I'm sorry about these names. I'm just going to call her Kiki. I'm very, very bad with names, as you guys probably understand. And so why do I like her, okay? Why do I like Kiki to go over tonight? Or sorry, tomorrow night it's actually happening. Over 21.5 points plus rebounds. So as you guys can see so far this season, she has gone 5 for 7 so far this season. She's hit 5 out of the 7 games. And pretty much when I see a graph like this, what I want to see is, okay, well, why did she go under in these other games, right? Why did she go under versus the Atlanta Dream? Why did she go under versus the New York Liberty, okay? And the reason being is because these two teams have really good defenses or really, really good rebounding, right? So this game right here, the first game of the season, she only gets 4 rebounds. If you look at every other game in the season, she gets 14, she gets 12, 13, 13, 8, and 7, okay? So really her floor, I would say, is around that 7 or 8 mark, and then her ceiling is around like 13 or 14 rebounds. In this game over here, she only gets 4 rebounds. So if she can put up, if she can take down maybe like 8 or 9 rebounds, that'd be really, really good. And then if she can put up maybe like, maybe like 13 to 15 points, that would also be really, really good here. So Atlanta Dream and New York Liberty is who we're focusing on. So New York Liberty is the best defense in all of the WNBA by a pretty wide margin, okay? They are also by far in a way the best team in the WNBA, okay? You guys can see they're 7-0. It goes like New York Liberty way above everyone else. They're like the 2018 Warriors, guys. They have an absolute stacked team. And then it goes to like the Minnesota Lynx as kind of like a second team in the WNBA. Everyone else is kind of middle of the pack, all right? We do have the Indiana Fever. Well, first of all, New York Liberty is the best defensive rating. Okay, so we had her play the best defensive team. She goes under just by like maybe 2-3 points because she does play the number 1 defense and the number 1 team in the WNBA. And you look at the Dream, she only gets 4 rebounds. And if you look at the best rebounding team right now in the WNBA, it is actually the Atlanta Dream. Okay, so we have the Atlanta Dream, we have the Chicago Sky, which is Angel Reese's team. Obviously, they're very good at rebounding. We know Angel Reese is great at rebounding. And then we have the New York Liberty, who like I said, is just stacked, right? So Atlanta Dream, best rebounding team, that's who she played early in the season. And then we had the New York Liberty, the #1 defense, right? And these are the 2 games that she goes under. Now she is now playing the, who's she playing, guys? She's playing the Indiana Fever, right? Indiana Fever are kind of middle of the pack in both of these stats, okay? They're middle of the pack right here in rebounding, around 5 or 6, and rebounding right here. I don't know why it goes from, I guess these 2 are tied. That makes sense. So she's around middle of the pack here. And then in defense, they are about 3rd in defense, but you guys can see there's a big jump, right? We have 87 defensive rating, then we have 93 defensive rating, and then it kind of goes into the middle of the pack right here in that kind of like mid 60 range, right? So Fever, even though it looks like they're top 3 defenses, they're really kind of around this range of like that 3 to 6 range, right? Like I said, you kind of have tiers in the WNBA, and you have to think about that just because there's so many there's so little teams. There's only 12 teams in the WNBA, right? So again, going through all of that, is it guaranteed that she's going to go over? No, of course not, right? Who knows if she's going to go over, if she's going to go under. But I do think that looking at all these statistics, I'm taking the over because I think, if you played this 100 times, she has a really good shot of hitting this over when you do hit this here. So I'm taking Kiki to go over. I'm taking these 3 League of Legends guys to go under at 26 kills. And yeah, that is going to be the play for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's try to have an amazing June. I know we're like 1 day in. I know it's kind of a rough day. We had a lot of opposite correlation. I'm telling you guys though, if you go through some of these other days that we had in May, this is like almost every day that, in the past maybe like 15 days, we have a day like, what was it? I think like a day like this, right? And I have a lot of correlation going on here. And you guys can see these guys are pairing up together in the same thing right here. I actually have a duplicate screenshot, so I need to delete that because that's false. But yeah, you guys can see when correlation hits together, it goes green, green, or red, red, right? Here's a great example of that in League of Legends. So go ahead and sign up for ProfitX. Text me the word profit right here, and I'll get you guys the 2 free months of the VIP. Leave a like and comment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.